Hello, my sweet dear magical friends. Welcome, willkommen to your psychic tarot reading with me as we open up the energies of your download using the tarot. There's no fancy intro today because I am testing two things. We have upgraded internet. Congratulations to us. I guess we had the best that we could have for this location, and then I guess something new happened and they rolled out something, I don't know, something new. So now we have like super cables or super fibers or something like that. So testing that out. So let me know the feedback on that. And I'm also testing out that I could do a live stream and then set it to premiere. So that's kind of exciting. All right, so let's talk about your download. Did I say my name? I'm Natalie. You guys know that. Natalee. Your download has to do with your headline. Your headline is Alien Embryo. What I saw, tuning into your energy. This is so weird. So that movie, The Cell, right? You saw the movie, right? It's not a spoiler or anything. It's like, it was a lot like that movie. It was a lot like The Cell with Jennifer. That was such a weird cast. That was a very strange casting decision with Jennifer Lopez. Not that that was the weird, but like Vince Vaughn was in it. And who else was in it? D'Onofrio? Is that how you say his name? I don't know, but he was in it. I think that guy was in it. And love that movie. It's way too little to see that movie, but love it, love it. Best Jennifer Lopez movie ever. And so that's the vibe. That's the vibe. The Cell is the vibe. And I was seeing this, it was that scene where it's like this far, it was in the serial killer's mind. And it was this big wall with like the little itty bitty stairs. And then over that was this beautiful black tub. And it was sort of this, almost like a chaise. And that's how you say it, not like a chaise. I think that sounds, that's probably right. And but like it was a bathtub, kind of like a clawfoot bathtub, but with this like higher back to it. Really, really cool. But then like inside of it was this alien embryo, and it was so very strange. So then it was a little bit more like Prometheus. So that's like the vibe. The Cell meets Prometheus. And this thing was, it was also gooey and had, its coloring was like blue and purple and black, and but it had like that opaqueness, like this gooey transparency, goopy goop, with because it's like embryonic and stuff, you know. So I didn't feel like scared or anything, and even in that film, how you're like supposed to feel scared, I did not feel scared. It was anyway. Um, so it felt more like how she feels in the movie, where she's more compassionate, empathetic towards this little boy, and you know, it was more like that, where I was sort of like peeking over into this, you know, weird vision of this alien embryo. And it was really large. It was a very, very large baby. It's a very large embryo. So the feeling that I'm getting with this is that something's about to birth, or news is about to drop. Things are about to be said. Things are about to be revealed. What's been growing in the dark comes to light, that kind of a thing. But there's something so strange about it. I don't know if this is unconventional. I don't know if this is just that there's something off about it. You know, there might be something not just unconventional. Like the thing itself might, you know, it's not just a strange time, or, you know, there's something, or like characteristically, like how an alien is, the organic matter is not of Earth. It is of a totally otherness, you know? So it has that energy to it where it's just otherness. And, you know, it's not like humans, how we're all the same, okay? Genetically, like the percentage of organic matter of humans, like we are all so freaking similar. the things that make us look, very, very different are so small percentage wise, you know, whereas like alien DNA is it's different, right? So yeah, this is something that is just like categorically different. Maybe this is something unprecedented. Maybe this is something never before seen. Maybe this is, but it's got that very, just like the movie The Cell, very distinctive film. I thought Jennifer Lopez was going to make more movies like that. So I was, very, very surprised that there was, did I knock already? So anyway, it like The Cell is such a very unique, oh my God. I can't even get off on like that digression on that movie. But anyway, all right, let's open this up. Let's take a look at this. This was very vivid. This was very, and the emotion with it, it had emotion with this, this download had emotion with it. It was just, it was more curiosity than anything, because I was like, what is that? You know? And this alien embryo, like it wasn't like ET where it knew it wasn't home. You know, this just felt, this thing just, I don't know how to explain it. It was out of its womb, like it was out of its, you know, incubator or whatever, but it wasn't like panicking or anything. It wasn't scared of me. I wasn't scared of it. Okay, let's take a look. What's going on? What is this? What is this? What does this mean? Oh, okay. 3 cards to start. We have the Death energy, we have the King of Wands, and then we have the Knight of Pentacles. So that Death energy is definitely the birth. And I know it looks like the death, but it's both. It's the Alpha and the Omega. You need both. They both coexist together. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. So this was something that was sustained for a while. It was something that someone might even try to stop it from stopping. Someone might try to, might probably you with this King, the first energies out being the strongest. So this is about a will to persevere, a will to keep on keeping on, a will to continue something. And the Grim Reaper comes up, and the card itself, the depiction and the pictogram, you've got the Pope and you've got the King, you've got women and children. Absolutely nothing is going to stop this red-eyed horse bearing the skeleton in armor with the Lutheran rose and the black flag. I mean, this is a badass card. So death is deep, permanent, irreversible change. Perfect for eclipse energy. We are in the eclipse energy. There's no going back. You can't go back. Frodo, don't go or I cannot follow. Ooh. Okay. 3 more cards. We have the Queen of Swords, Judgment, and the 4 of Pentacles. Let me get this a little bit better here. Immediately, I saw this fan of the blue and the red and the pink, because I saw this kind of first, and it kind of came up like that. So it was sort of like these birds, birds of a feather type energy, like a fan of feathers is what it felt like. Let me pick this up. We have a Queen of Swords, Judgments. I'm getting ice cream. Like the colorful ice cream. Like strawberry. Someone's favorite flavor of ice cream is strawberry. It's not mine. It's yours. It's someone that you know. There's only one strawberry ice cream that I like, and it's Haagen-Dazs. Haagen-Dazs strawberry ice cream is my favorite. See, actually the only strawberry ice cream that I like. But I think my favorite ice cream is the double fudge. It's chocolate ice cream with chocolate brownie in it and like chocolate chips. Anyway, not about me, it's about you. So someone's favorite ice cream is strawberry ice cream. We're gonna come back to that. I get what I get. I am just the messenger here. Ooh. Oh. The Emperor with the Nine of Swords. We're gonna stop there. We're gonna stop right there. Temperance, bottom of the deck with the Hanged Man and the Five of Wands with these two super spiritual energies. Okay, so this speaks to a spiritual test of perseverance. Whoa. She's telling me to tell you, okay, so you know how I tell you guys that I don't teach any, there are certain things that I won't even teach the Hierophants and my High Priestesses. I have to really know you for like years before I teach you that kind of a thing, okay? So it's not personal. It's not personal. It's just, it'd be reckless of me as a mentor, as a occultist. It would be reckless, and I would absolutely criticize and, you know, any other freaking little Aleister Crowley or whatever doing that kind of thing. So, you know, it's she wants me to tell you about the squares, how I tell you that I don't teach anyone how to use these squares, you know, through transits or what have you. But she's telling me to tell you an analogy for it. So it's like, get out of work. You're in the city, you get out of work, you take the train to the suburbs, get off the train at the train station and to get into your car to go home. Get into your car, you put on your seatbelt, and you start driving. Except someone's broken into your car. A serial killer has broken into your car, and they hold a gun to your head, and they tell you where to drive and where to go. A square, when you're using the square in astrology, is you crashing that car. If you're ever in that kind of a situation, you always do that. You always crash the car. If someone's trying to hustle you to you know, at knife point, gunpoint, to go somewhere, do something, you die right there. If that's what they're gonna do, we did like an hour and a half body language intuition study and strategy class tonight. So this is like Thursday night. So anyway, but that's what you do. Like in like real life, you do it, you know. But she's telling me to tell you that about the squares is that, I mean, that's for someone. I'm just the messenger. Okay. That's kind of, that's basically what it is, and that is how it feels like, that you were like, you know what, I have to crash this car. This guy doesn't have a seatbelt on behind me, and I do, and this is my best chance. This is the best chance. Crash this car. Hope it kills him. Hope I get out. Hope it draws enough attention. Hope it leaves a trail. Hope my DNA gets splattered everywhere. You know what I'm saying? All right. So this Emperor and the Nine of Swords is, this person is definitely they're bothered by something. They're not concerned like a normal person, where maybe if something goes wrong, they feel like their whole life is out of balance. This is an emperor. Emperors are not like that. Emperors are, they're not even just the head of a corporation or a company. They're the head of a multinational corporation, a multinational company, head of an industry. They are really, really, really up there. So they've already seen presidents come and go, businesses rise and fall, families collapse and merge. They've seen it all. They've bought businesses and sold businesses. They've gotten married, had kids, gotten divorced, remarried, maybe had a kid, maybe they didn't. buried a wife, married again. You know, like they've already been through like a lot, the emperor by this point. Look at that beard. It's very silver. So what, but they are concerned about something, but it bothers them. It bothers them more than anything is what I'm getting. So this spiritual test overall speaks to that a little bit. So we have a king, a knight, and a queen, and an emperor, and then some little people, the plebes, the plebeians. And it's that little mindset. And listen, guys, we all need to have a little bit of patience for ourselves and for each other, because for most people, for most of human history, we have been conspired against and taken advantage of, and our entire purpose, all these incarnations, was to serve and work and die. And, you know, be taken advantage of by those in power and authority. Like, that's just been human history. We've all had multiple lifetimes like that, being disenfranchised, disempowered. So with all this technology rushing up to our doorstep, we're all feeling a lot of feels. So just know, just have patience with yourself. When the environment signals your genes, stress, fear, anxiety, whatever, that's epigenetics right there. Okay. So what this speaks to is overcoming that. This speaks to spirituality, choosing your thoughts, choosing your emotions, alchemizing, healing, enlightenment, having different perspectives, allowing a different perspective to change your life. Two roads diverged in the yellow wood, and sorry I cannot travel both, and be one traveler. Long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth, and took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps a better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as for that, the passing there had worn them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay, and leaves no step had trodden back. I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how a way leads on to way, I doubt if I should ever come back. Shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in the yellow wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Let's take a look at this death card, the King of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. That's the embryo. This is the alien embryo. It's from something that died. If you're pregnant or something, or if that's part of your eclipses, it's going to be a strange child. There's nothing wrong with strange children. Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles. Okay. And when I say, you know, births can be physical beings, of course, but it can also be creative births. Births of your mind, if you are a writer, or births of your soul, of your spirit, of your heart. If you're a painter, you are a sculptor, and births of just new things, new corporate entities, new relationships, new third entities, third things, new just new, coming into existence where it did not exist before. Completeness, Five of Pentacles. This is the only deck that I like, the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles, completeness, the magic of the rose and the violin. You cannot give up on transforming the world around you and making it more similar to your ideals. After all, the world is the home of our love. This is such a healing balm of soothing words to the cynical mood, or it's let me read that again for you. You cannot give up on transforming the world around you and making it more similar to your ideals. After all, the world is the home of our love. So it's a card about not giving up. Ooh, why am I getting Titanic with this? I wonder if it's because of these spirally, twisty little columns. I'm getting the a little bit like the death, though, too, with the Titanic. How it's a little bit faded, like, you know. But a test and testament. And another 5. And this is a much smaller energy than the other cards. So with clarifying, sometimes you go deeper in and get more information. And sometimes, and this is what she's telling me, sometimes it says the same thing in a different way. So she's telling me it's the latter, not the former with this card. So the same thing in a different way. This is like the artist that suffers some kind of loss or heartache and writes the next great American novel. I'm not even explaining what she's showing me, but this is externalized. It's physically making something that doesn't exist. But the drive to do that is something that's pushed you to the extreme, or will push you to the extreme. I'm not the timing psychic. I don't know what stage I'm getting you in all this energy. But the not giving up part is actually after the death. This feels like after the apocalypse. This is like Children of Men, when everything's already gone. Everything's already, you know? And you make the best of it. You make the most of it. So it feels like, I don't know what this thing is that's changing or ending. I'm just getting the birth of the, after, I don't want to say that expression, after the destruction, after, demolition, but not demolition, more like, just you come out of your hiding spot and your entire city is in crumbles, after that moment, like after that, and still not giving up and externalizing how you really feel about it, what you really thought about your life and your time here on Earth. I'm not going to quote Walk the Line. I love Walk the Line. Okay, let's move on. Let's talk about this. What's this ice cream thing? I don't know. Queen of Swords, the Judgment, 4 of Pentacles. Ooh. This is someone that might be a little dry, or in some way, shape, or form is perceived as being either dry or like in a position of authority, and like they manage people, or like a sort of far removed, like people want their attention, and they're or maybe they're just very reserved, or they're revered. And it might surprise you, or it maybe surprises people that they have like a sweet tooth. That's what it is. So look out for the person who looks like they don't feel feelings and they actually have a sweet tooth. This is like that person that is so serious, maybe you work with them, but then they pull out their phone and it's like this pink rhinestone bedazzled bejeweled case, and it doesn't look like it matches their personality, but that it must somehow, because they picked it, they bought it for their phone. It's like that. What this person is. And they're having, everyone's kind of having their own little mini apocalypse. King of Wands, and this is action. That King of Wands, it's someone's been actively holding back the deep, permanent, irreversible change. And then it's like, if this were any kind of anything, you know how I say, like, if it's a zombie attack, if it's alien invasion, if it's nukes, if it's whatever, are you going to stay in your spot and hide, or are you going to stay on the move and keep going? You have to make up that decision, like, in the moment. I'm not saying try to, like, predetermine. Guys, if anyone is like, just be careful, because she just showed me this really funny scene where people that are like the preparers, like the preppers, like, don't film that, like, don't put that out there, don't talk about it, don't be telling people all that, because there's going to be the opportunistic ones that are going to just get a couple guns or something and just take all your shit. Or there's going to be some rando gang roving around, and you just get some bad luck and they find you and then they take all your stuff. Sorry, that sounds kind of dark. But you need to watch more apocalypse movies then. Okay? I don't know why that came up with this, but that came up with the King of Wands. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising does not have to be. It can be, does not have to be. But here's the thing, and this speaks exactly to this with the Five of Pentacles, is being so run by fear. It's like I mean, guys, I have a passion for the absurd, okay? Trust me, I do. I really, really do. But this is like the absurdity of like a billionaire who is prepping for their end of the world plans, and they get their colony going, and they're building a colony on some planet, but on Earth they're building their bunkers, and they're afraid of their little mini military turning on them, so they're trying to get AI to run everything, but then they're afraid that the AI is going to turn on them and take over everything, so they're trying to figure out how to, like, it's like that kind of absurdity. That's, I don't know, I'm getting that with this. So it's coming. I mean, that Death card, I used to say this a lot more, but with the Death card, it's like knock knock, and this guy shows up, and they are going to ask you, like, where's the trash? I'll take out your trash. And if you don't have the trash ready, they're just going to take what they're going to take. So it's like this King of Wands is not taking out the trash. With the Knight of Pentacles, they're just holding on to it. Holding on to stuff, maybe, Everything's a carrier of energy. All the physical things, they're carriers. They hold energy. Food are carriers of energy. Double meaning there. Yes, they carry, they have like actual nutrients in them, but they also carry energy. Okay, let's clarify the Queen of Swords and the Judgment and this Four of Pentacles. Another one though, that's what, like, I'm telling you, this one, holding on. And this Queen of Swords also with this Four of Pentacles, this feels more like they're trying to prepare, but just trying to be stable and trying to be grounded. But let's see what's going on. What is this Queen of Swords, the Judgment? What message am I here to deliver? Ooh. 3 cards. I'll take them. The Moon, the Devil, the Ten of Swords. Definitely don't want to see the Devil here, but, sorry, the Ten of Swords. This is where she's pinching her nipple and she's crying about it. Okay, all right, all right, all right. All right. All right, let's open this up. Let's start with her. Let's start with the Ten of Swords. Eclipsy. I'm kidding. It's squeezing. The magic of the tears. Even pain can be transformed into power. You mustn't flee from emotions, but rather use them to find the true essence of our desires. Whoa. And I was being all immature about this, and then it got like super real, super quick. Even pain can be transformed into power. You mustn't flee from emotions, but rather use them to find the true essence of our desires. The sweet tooth is the aversion to pain, aversion to feeling the pain, aversion to, I don't know, feeling the feelings, the emotions. This person is pretty good with coping, though. Like a Queen of Swords is, yeah, they definitely suppress the feelings. Down, 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 down. Let's do the devil. Let's do the devil next. Let's do the best for last. The devil, magnetism, liberating orgy. Eros is a grandiose force that, when deviated, becomes dangerous. It risks deception, betrayal, or blackmail. Magnetism. It's the heart energy, the divine feminine energy that is magnetic. And it is the mental energy, the literal brain energy, the divine masculine energy that is electric. You need both of them to work in coherence together. Sorry, I'm gonna try that again. Together. I wasn't quite sure about my German accent, how I wanted to hit that. So the devil energy here with this magnetism, Eros, I like that. You know, it's not like, oh, horniness. It's like, no, Eros. It's got a little bit more respect on the name. Eros is a grandiose force. Ooh, oh my God. That's what's being suppressed here. Wow. I mean, that's like waking a very slumbering passion, right? But when it's, what does it say? When it is deviated is when it becomes dangerous. So, you know, I kind of like that. The grandiosity in amorousness or eros. That's pretty cool. I think I always overlooked that part. That's only kind of becoming very bright in awareness to me like right now. And I've pulled this many, many times. So cool. Ooh, maybe this is like a huge release, like a floodgate of eros, passion, maybe creativity. You have the moon here. But this is also pain. It's like angry crying or like nasty sex, like nasty angry sex, or you know, something very, or maybe very like primal or intense in some way, shape, or form. It's a little bit more destructive than it is creative, I will say. Okay, what is the moon? Fancy, the spell of love. A slow but effective magic action based on the sound and evocation of happy images. It defeats deception and illusions, restoring serenity at home and increasing fecundity. Okay, a little bit less on the, oh, remember in P.S. I Love You when he was like, when she goes, we don't have enough hot, nasty sex. And he's like, you're right, we don't have enough. And she throws the boot in his face. I love that movie. Okay. So, you know, I walk it back. I walk that part back, how it's all like, when it's deep, when it's like when it's deviated is when there's going to be like an emotional like disconnect where it's not great, you know, it's not wonderful, it's not fun, it's not pleasurable, it's not enjoyable, no one's into it, or maybe you're not into it, whatever it is. That's when it's like deviated. But you have a gentleness with this moon energy, so that's telling me that this is the healthier side of this release of the restraint of this kind of energy. The spell of love, a slow but effective magic action based on the sound and evocation of happy images. It defeats deception and illusions, restoring serenity at home and increasing fecundity. I mean, there we go with that again. So, masculine, King of Wands, feminine, Queen of Swords. And I feel like that Four of Pentacles is the slowness that this speaks to, the slow but effective magic action. Something took time, or something is taking time, or something will take time to come around to this, to come into the, you know, there's an actual spark when that moment of conception actually occurs. I think it's iron or something, but we have it recorded and everything. It's kind of like that. But this is weird because she shows me this alien embryo thing. There's something strange about that. There's something strange about the inception, the conception. There's something, or the thing itself, like I'm saying, like the actual third thing. And it might be because of some strange circumstances or something. Or like the two parents or the two creators of the thing, whether this is two people forming a business partnership, maybe both people are going through epic life changes, or two people about to parent a child going through very upheaval moments in life, or two people about to create a work of art. And that would probably be the best, because that's what it is. That's what it's for. That's how it's supposed to be, is whatever is going on, whatever you're feeling, which is what you're channeling. That feeling is in your body. You're channeling this energy, whatever you're feeling, to ground it into some physical manifestation. That would, of course, I would recommend that, but that's what I'm getting. This is like a hard birth or a strange birth or something, because going back to the epigenetics. So when you're descended from starving mothers and famine babies, you have that trauma stored in your DNA. Okay, that's your epigenetics. And there are certain, when you go through stress, you signal the certain genes of disease to turn on, cancer to turn on, whatever it happens to be. So you have to, this is going off topic a little bit, but you must, with your consciousness and your awareness, overwrite that and not let the environment signal your genes. You have to program everything to tell your genes what's going on, what's going on in your life, and the life you're having, life you want to have, and who you really are, become something totally else and totally different. That changes your environment. It even speaks to it here. A slow but effective magic action based on the sound and evocation of happy images. The sound, maybe you are doing manifestations, maybe you're reading out loud, what have you. And the evocation of happy images. You have to create the nice image in your mind's eye. You have to imagine it. You have to see it. But you have to see it internally first, whether that's visualizing the artistic creation and then writing it down, or the relationship goals that you have, or what have you. This is very interesting. This is I don't even know who has like the bigger breakthrough. I'm gonna say the feminine energy because of this devil and the moon. You have two more major arcana on top of the judgment. So this is kind of like it. This is the judgment is always like this grand reveal. So if something was vague and ambiguous, it's like, nope, we know now. We know. There it is, you know. And now there's this third person. Let's take a look at this emperor. What's going on with this emperor? Something is bothering them and they're kind of like concerned. Not like in a deep way, but enough where they're showing up in your tarot reading. Thank you. Here comes the sun. Look how happy they look. Damn. They look quite happy. Oh, okay. So they're going to feel a lot better, basically. That's funny because they're not even the ones going through like these big epic transformations and they're like the happiest. Like their little itty bitty worry is like overcompensated for and they're like super, super they might even be sort of nervous, like that things are too happy or going too well, or they might be like really excited where they get a little bit neurotic, but like in an excited, happy way. Like where you just think about it because you're so excited. And you really don't believe and embrace the reality where it all goes down in flames. But you do maybe think about it and talk about it because you're excited and you're just sort of like in a flurry, and it's a little bit like an extended drama, if that makes sense. Which is very strange because the emperor is not someone that they've already seen it, they've already done it, they've already been through everything. So something is very special to get this person to be that excited again. They might be a little bit, I don't even want to say neurotic, they might even just be someone that that enjoys thinking about this kind of thing. This is a personality, they have a high risk tolerance, okay? That's why they've amassed, or that's why they have all this wisdom. So there's a part of them that likes that unexpected. It's maybe when they were very young or when they were first starting, it was very scary and very it was more, the fear was more real. And then as they went on, they got their sea legs under them and they really felt their own life a little bit more. They felt their own presence in their own life and they acclimated to that. And then, of course, they got so successful that there's not as much at risk, that they're not going to, they're not worried about, I don't know, whatever they were worried about when they were first starting out. So something is kind of keeping them up at night with excitement. And they're not deeply worried about anything. They're probably in control of the whole thing, to be honest. If this emperor is behind this entire thing, that's gonna freak me out, man. All right, where's the sun here? Fusion, fascination. The eye is the mirror of the soul and creates with the magic of thought. If partners suggest happy images to each other, the couple reaches a state of union and lasting splendor. I love this card so much. So this is about looking into each other's eyes and seeing beautiful visions and seeing love and beauty and kindness and fun and excitement. And there's something this emperor sees, and she showed me the crash again, the car crash, crashing cars. So I wonder if this emperor is doing something or taking a risk or manufacturing something that they're very excited for. They're very excited about it, but knowing that it's going that they're upsetting the apple cart in these other people's lives. I mean, they probably do know what's best. Like, I'm just saying, like, they probably do. They are the emperor, and these are only a couple. There's like a king and queen over here. I wonder. For some of you, because this alien thing is so strong, it feels like this emperor could even be your higher self or one of your spirit guides helping you learn some kind of lesson by throwing these things in your path to get you to overcome them, to get you to face your fears head on, to get you to blast through some stuckness, whatever it happens to be. This could, of course, be some kind of parent or boss or just some powerful person that has the power to do things and has the power to change people's lives. King and queen could be your masculine and feminine energy. It could be people in your family. It could be you and a spouse, you and your significant other, you and a best friend. I hope I got your message out. I can feel, I feel when she's like, okay, you know what I'm saying? So I just, hopefully it'll make sense to whoever this is for. This is really interesting. This is, okay, so this embryo is like something that is born out of like stress. This thing, this alien embryo is born out of, this is like being descended from starving mothers and famine babies. You are brought into the world in a hostile environment, in a malnourished vessel, in a very, very hostile condition. And then you live this painful, fearful, disenfranchised, malnourished, underappreciated, degraded life, and then you die. That's been most of our lifetimes, for most of the world, for most of human history. Yeah, we're fucking pissed. Just collectively, just like all of us, you know? So, but you know, the bodies we have now, depending on what you decided to be kind of born into, it's kind of what I'm getting with this. Like this alien baby thing, this alien embryo is, this third thing is brought into your life, or you are birthing it into your life. This could be a job. This could be your business that you're trying to get off the ground. If you've been trying to get your business going for 10 years and it hasn't been going, you know, it's like conditions are hard. The vessel is weak and malnourished, and we got to get this out. We have to bring it into existence. This is very dramatic. This is like it just needs, but this thing that's born, maybe it's because, maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what the conditions are that make it so strange. But it's like somehow this, it was somehow orchestrated to be like that. You know, just like you chose, you know, I don't know about you guys or what your lineages are, of course, but if you have an epigenetic memory goes back, I think it's like 12 generations. So, and look back to my post when Mercury was like stationing retrograde on Algol or whatever, when I talked about the Justinian plague, how we all just freaking survived that. All of our lineages survived that. That was a global plague. That was terrible. I mean, we had boils that would fill with pus that grew so big until they exploded and infected other people around us. They stopped taking the dead out of the city because everyone was just getting super reinfected. So there was just dead bodies everywhere and people needing crutches for their boils of pus. It was stinky. It was disgusting. I'm sure no one wanted to wear a mask. It's a joke, guys. Chill. Chill. Maybe I shouldn't joke on Mars retrograde coming up or in the eclipse time. But it's a joke. I love everybody. We're all good. We're all good. But but like we made it through that, you know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, the fucking world just went dark. There was ashes off of a fucking volcano, and the ash just obliterated the sky for years, and it was fucking cold, and all the crops died, and so the animals died, so there's fucking nothing to eat. So you know what, guys? Like, life is good right now. Life is really amazing. Like, we can fight the good fight and get Uber Eats delivered, or we can fight the good fight and get, overnight shipping. So, okay. So whatever you're about to birth in your life, whatever the hostile conditions there may be right now, if you think that you're going, if this is your reading, like if you're going through something very difficult, somebody else in your life is going through something very difficult, or if it's your inner masculine and feminine battling it out, this thing's a survivor. Hello. Bottom of the deck, the Falcon. Use your keen perception and skill in making decisions. Do not delay. I hope you have keen perception and skill in making decisions. You guys have meditations for that. All right. Two poppers. Blue Jay and the Flicker. The Blue Jay. The time is right to access and master your abilities. Do so with humility and control. Okay, there's this, so my past life regressor mentor had a client who was Hitler's occultist, and he told him about some crazy shit, and he told me about it, and like that kind of stuff is stuff that I'm not just going to tell like anybody, not like any of you guys or anybody. You guys know what I mean when I say that it's the occult. What does it mean to be occulted? Like eclipses, obscuring. Like this card is occulting my face. It's obscuring. It's getting in the way of. So what does it mean to be initiated or to initiate someone? It's with the knowledge so that the information is not occulted. It's right there and you have access to it, and now you know. You are enlightened. That's initiation, when you are enlightened with the awareness. So the occult, an occultist, is someone that knows. It's someone that has that inner light. And it's keep it secret, keep it safe. It's sacred, it's all those things, but it's got to stay occult for a little bit until you get into your groove, otherwise it's just reckless and careless. That's why it says the time is right to access and master your abilities. Do so with humility and control. We all start with a spiritual ego. So did I. When I was 14, when I started all this stuff, all I wanted to do was learn psychokinesis, and I wanted to move shit around with my mind. That's all I care about. That's all I cared about. Psychic slip, Freudian slip. I'm owning it. Okay. I care about more things. I can't show you because we're on live. Okay, so basically I'll just tell you my new setup now. That the miniature that you guys have seen, I know I've shown you guys before, that miniature little like living room thing, I put my TKPK pieces inside of that. So like the tin foil and the little tufts of cotton and the little pinwheel and the eraser with the little, all of those little things are in that little diorama, like this little Wes Anderson thing, right? And that's my new practice setup. And it is so much fun. It's so much fun. It's changed things. Okay. Humility though. Humility. Humility. Go through. No one wants to go through the ego death. You feel like you're dying. You feel like your life is ending. You feel like it's all over. It's the best thing that could possibly happen to you. Humility and control. Other is the flicker. New rhythms are coming into your life now. You are encouraged to trust and adapt. It's like children of men. Did Clive Owen feel like he was encouraged to trust and adapt when he was trying to get this car started and rolling in a muddy ditch wearing flip-flops? Watch the movie again. He's wearing fucking flip-flops. I don't expose my toesies. I just don't, I don't know. I always everyone thinks I'm strange for the shoes I wear to the beach. It's just it's I don't like it. I don't know. And I like socks. People see my feet and they're like, they're so soft. You do, and I'm like, well, I don't. They're not. I'm not in. Even when I was in martial arts, people had these like calloused freaking things, and I just didn't. I mean, I don't know. I'm there. It's they. It just looks. I don't know. I'm just not like a not like a beachy. Anyway, not about me, it's about you. New rhythms are coming into your life now. You are encouraged to trust and adapt. So this goes about the end. There's your two little apocalypses happening here. And it's got to be the end of the world. It's got to be. You have the Ten of Swords too. So one's having like a mental breakdown, the other one is having some kind of okay. Love you guys. Take very good care until next time, my loves. Where am I? Hold on. Many beautiful blessings upon. Oh, sorry, a little bit of housekeeping at the very end. So bookings are filled up. Any bookings coming through will be scheduled for October. I have a limited amount of spots available for high priestesses and hierophants because you guys get either Zoom sessions every single week or one long session per month. Limited availability, very limited. So email me, patreon.com/theartegan, and yeah, just a heads up. So you can still order the psychic protection box of 6 months worth of psychic protection, and you can get that at the wholesomeoccultist.com. Get your chocolate chai below at the Apothecafe. I love you guys. Until next time, my loves, many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful heads, darlings. Mwah.